So good to know
So
that
then,
Cryptid wasn't on mute.
hmm okay.
That's
So
bad, Crippen.
does anybody want to hear some Uncle Ben trivia that I learned last month, audience?
I
Go ahead.
guess.
Okay, so yeah, I finally finished up that 1776 book. The one where all the heroes have to go back to the Revolutionary time to go
Oh, when they
save
went back
America.
to save Red Skull, that's crazy.
No, well, no, it wasn't. This is Revolutionary. Hey, we're not counting that dang Dennis Camp, whatever he tried associating George Washington with. But anyway, so yeah, we find out that one of Peter Parker's ancestors was one of the soldiers in the Continental Army, and that actually, they tend to name their children Ben after Ben Franklin.
That's lame.
So
Get out of here.
so yeah, Uncle Ben was named after Ben Franklin. Audience. So yeah,
That's why he
I
died.
yeah, I had a lot of hope for that 1776 book. Like you did get some good Cap moments, especially speech by the end. About how like America is like it's always going to be an ever growing process. It's something worth fighting
Hello.
for. It will become like it, there'll be better days ahead. This and that. But the one thing I didn't like was the fact that you didn't get a confrontation between Steve Rogers and George Washington, which is what I wanted. Instead, you got a confrontation between
I'm
Steve
not gonna
Rogers
lie.
and
It would have been hilarious to watch Steve go back and have to talk to the dude about slavery. Like, come on, bro, what y'all doing?
again, it's a mark of progress. Like Steve acknowledges the bad of the past in America, but he also acknowledges they're building towards a better future. But yeah, I really wanted that moment between Steve Rogers and George Washington. Instead, I got a moment. I got more moments with Steve Rogers and what's his name? Uh, that traitor. Damn, I'm blanking on his name. Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold. I'm like, really, really? Come on, what? What was that? You know? Yeah, yeah. It's what it is. But again, had some good moments in that book. I just wish it could have been better. You know?
I got the problem. I think that's been the theme of most of Marvel's crossovers. Some of it's better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one was pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
Better than one was good, but we keep going to these things and just ended up being like, well, this could be better. Probably should have given more time. Probably gave him another issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
It made me feel like
Hey,
Marvel's being like, oh, let's shoot something different. And like, we're like,
hey,
no, we already started thinking about the idea.
it's like the situation with Amazing Spider-Man and Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man has its hiccups, but when you compare it to the current run of Amazing Spider-Man, you're like, this is giving a starving person a ham sandwich. Yeah, that's going to look like that ham sandwich is going to look like lobster to to the homeless person, So
I don't know. I
that's what.
disagree. Let's just start our intro.
Okay, okay. Okay, so anyway, let's go on the intros. Welcome, Contact Live, the news and reviews in the week audience. You're here with me, Crypto Secret 415. I finally got my StreamYard format back. Yay! It's time to celebrate. So move on.
Bro, I don't like my second. It feels very awkward. Uh, Bring you all Ace Combs here. I'm playing Madden 26. I ain't played no freaking Madden game in years. I don't know what
Dang.
made me play football, but I guess I'm playing football. I started my career.
Congrats, man. Doing something new.
Jake is dead because never shows up to these.
Hmm.
But I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, and tomorrow and Thursday, don't bother me.
Damn.
Don't bother me unless I bother you first. That's how it works.
Exactly, audience.
It's my
Exactly.
day off and I'm sleeping.
We all have personal lives, audience, okay? Out of these screens, So, yeah.
Yeah, and also my iPad has a headphone jack, so I have use for these earbuds.
There you go. There you go. And together, we formed the Phanatics, here to bring you the news and reviews of the week, audience. And on our special Tuesday nights, we bring you the reviews. What do we have for you today? You
This
have,
reminds
we have
I should have brought this up earlier.
what?
Wait, so the Voltron movie cast got confirmed.
Oh, Which?
Huh?
The Hollywood Voltron movie cast got confirmed.
Okay. I haven't seen it yet.
Hmm.
So we'll talk about it later. We're now
Uh,
actually look it up.
Speaking of
we'll
talking
bring it
about
up.
things later. Gotcha. Speaking about talking about things later, for tonight, audience, we have for you some books. We're gonna be talking about some toxic masculinity with Gaston, some Punisher issue number 3. It's some cheese spawn discussion, and some hearts that are bleeding after all. And much
And
much more.
some murderous maid cafes.
There
Great.
you go. There you
I
go.
haven't read the first issue, so don't give me too much shit for not knowing shit.
Gotcha. Do they still deserve a tip?
Yes.
Which?
Always.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And you know what we should give the audience? Our socials.
Yeah, subscribe because I said so. And
Hmm.
follow us on Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69. I try to post stuff, so
Yep.
whatever. You
Gotcha.
can also find me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. You already know. Instagram, TikTok, witch_of_Jotunheim. Blue Sky, Tumblr, and also Letterbox is Northstar Aria, and all that fun stuff. You can make your own Austin, but none of y'all have made it right, so it doesn't count.
Hmm.
And Crypt is chilling, I guess,
You
and
can't
Jake is dead.
you can't make your own cryptid audience. I'm one of a kind.
Yeah, unfortunately, we tried and we failed.
Yep. 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 But alright then. Now that we got that out of the way, you guys just want to get started with the books.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
can't
let's get.
put that on the cover.
What was that, Austin?
I can't believe you put that on the cover on the right side.
It catches people's eyes, man. Come on, why I have to go
I'm
for that?
surprised you didn't put the picture of the murderous Maid Cafe girly. I
I,
think
I
it's because
wanted I wanted to, but I figured, hey, I wanted to put the another death of Captain America on one side, and
yeah,
when I
but we
read the
already
punch,
talked
I'm
about
like,
a death of Captain America though.
well, blame Marvel for killing him twice this week, which so okay,
Okay, well technically, like
yeah,
doesn't even fucking matter
gotcha.
anymore.
But anyway, so first book we're talking about today, audience, we're talking about some toxic masculinity with Gaston, issue number 3, audience. So, in case people need a rundown what's happening, Gaston was turned into a squirrel, thinks an alchemist, right? He's a bit in trouble with the law right now, and in order to get a pardon, he needs to get like the necklace that the alchemist has. And Gaston, being Gaston, gives LaFool some of his instructions, which ends up leading him into the witch's trap. You know. So yeah, of course, Gaston is like saying, "You,
I
you,
honestly didn't like that.
what?
But as arrogant and shitty as a person that he is, he actually is a good hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
I
also a
agree.
really lucky hunter. Like even you like
Yeah,
listen to that song, he talks about how he gets most of his kills from behind. Like he's very sneaky.
yeah. Keep in mind, audience, all the animals in the forest wanted to go open season on Gaston now that they found out he was a squirrel, because apparently he killed one of every animal in this forest. So, dang.
Yeah, so immediately fall into a
But
big
yeah,
trap. It's kind of crazy.
I know, right? So of course, Gaston's like saying, "Look, even if the wolves eat LeFou, Gaston will never stop until he wreaks his vengeance upon you." Of course, LeFou is like saying, "What?" Like, hey. So, the lady kind of tricks Gaston into.
You can also take that as if I die, he's going to avenge me.
Yeah, you can say it like that. So, but of course, like LeFou, even to the end, is still believing in Gaston. Like, okay, basically, it's LeFou, why don't you just open up and your true feelings for Gaston by the end of this issue. So of course, he damn it, Gaston bites through the ropes and frees LeFou as he falls down into the wolves. Okay, so yeah, bad advice, bad advice. Okay, to make a long story short, Gaston and LeFou were able to get the necklace away from the alchemist, and they brought it back to that one governor guy who was going to give them a pardon if they completed this task. Let me bring up the picture of him. And he's explaining that this is a magic amulet that possesses some power, some reality warping power. And he says like he's pretty much saying I could use this to become king. So now I could be the king. Yes, help the king. This is exactly what I plan to do with it. Help me become king. Okay, so yeah, he rips up part of his sleeves and summons the musketeers and has them imprison, orders them to imprison Gaston and the fool. So yeah, he was backstabbing those two. And I kind of like this scene where you have three of the musketeers. Yeah, I wonder why the artist decided to just draw three musketeers here, audience. They all have their fencing swords pointed at Gaston, and telling him to surrender, come with them peacefully. But then Gaston, being the manly man that he is like saying, "No, my friends, you're mistaken. You see, those swords are my swords." And I like how each of the musketeers is like saying, "Wait, how dare you? My mommy gave me this sword." So, yeah, your mommy gave you that sword to give to me, basically. Now hand it over. So he ends up knocking over a table at them, and Gaston basically goes all Zorro from One Piece here. He grabs all three of the swords, and all the men just get frightened and run away scared. Gaston is like, okay, see, all's fair. We're free. We're safe, the fool. And as they're walking out the door, that's when they get surrounded by even more musketeers. So
Much this here. What the fuck is going on here?
okay, just because there are three famous musketeers doesn't mean there are more. There aren't
I
any more.
don't my stuff. It's like the boys. If you tell me I gotta fight the seven, I'm expecting seven people. That don't mean the seven are like 100 more people outside. Okay.
Hey, I'm sure the 40 Thieves had like one or two extra members on the team as well, Austin. So
It's like a football team. They sub it in when the three go down. Is that what's happening?
yep. But anyway, so of course the two close the door, and the Gaston is looking at LaFool saying, "Okay, LaFool, I need you to hit me because I realize if I get hurt, I could turn back into a squirrel. So hit me so I could turn back into a squirrel and run away." Wait, but what about me? Like, oh man. But of course, the Gaston is like saying, like, look, I could, if I escape, I'll be able to come back and free you. If it ever occurs to me, or if I'm too busy, unless I'm too busy in my schedule. So now go ahead, hit me. And LaFool just cries and grabs Gaston's leg, like saying, "I refuse. You are the greatest human being I have ever known, the paragon of manhood, the ideal of which I strive to reach and fail every day. Please, sir, I can never intentionally harm the person who means most to me." Well, okay, he made his feelings known to Gaston, audience. Does that satisfy anybody?
Eh.
Okay. But anyway, so one of the musketeers sees a crack in the door and pokes Gaston in the butt, and Gaston turns back into the squirrel. Uh, they end up hitting some magic potions, and they ended up rocketing out of the castle. So they're safe, but they're also going to go back for that governor guy to steal that amulet back. So yeah, that's really how the issue ends. That's okay. I mean, it's it's funny. It could have been better. Well, given the fact that this is Greg Pak, you can only assume the worst, but at least it's doing fairly decent, you know. So that's most we can expect out of Greg Pak these days, audience. You know, so yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's really it for my book. You guys ready to move on to the next?
I guess so.
Gotcha. Do-do. Do-do-do.
It
Go
was
ahead,
the best
Austin.
track I find for this book.
The best variant cover. Dude, when I saw this variant cover, all I was thinking about was, wait, is this a variant cover for that Civil War issue?
That's the only reason I chose it.
Because it reminds me of the pose.
It
it
literally is.
reminds me
Same
of
thing.
that pose, you know. Hmm.
But this book was interesting. So it starts off, we give you a little rundown. Oh, this is Spider-Man. You know, my life's kind of ass. I do stuff. People died. But it starts off with Kingpin coming back to check his safe, and he's looking for something, and he finds it missing. And then it cuts to, I think, to go to the first picture.
Hold on a sec.
Spider-Man done robbed this man.
What?
Look, he's gonna check the safe is empty because Spider-Man is reading the thing he wants. He done broke it. Spider-Man broke into the safe and started reading and eating his food at his house.
You have to
That
have, dude. You have to have a pretty big sack to want to steal food from Kingpin, audience. Just saying. Yeah. So.
is the Kingpin trying to flee the city, so he was trying to get the essentials, which is just everything, you know, his passport, everything in his bag in the safe, and this book.
Okay.
And Spider-Man is taunting him the whole time, like, bro, you have to read this. Read this book. You read it, right? Tell me, how does it end? And it's
Uh-oh.
crazy because you look at the book. I want you to know it had the Illuminati symbol on it.
Oh boy. Yeah, like it would kind of make sense for Kingpin to be part of Summoner Circle, I guess. You know. So.
And funny enough, he called it. Peter's asking him what it is. He called it the legendary lexicon of crime, the secret ledger of every major legal enterprise in New York City. Me and Moon Knight have that this thing is an urban myth or not.
Oh. Okay.
And
Okay.
it's funny because you go by Kingpin's dialogue, he immediately says, "This is your last chance to give it to me, because I'll kill you and your whole family." But then he says, "Wait, I used to know who you were. Why can't I remember that?" Because people don't remember, they didn't have Kingpin like struggle with the memory thing until like I want to say Devil's Reign, where it really mattered to him that he couldn't
Okay.
remember who people were. So enter see the flashback, like, oh, I don't remember who you were. And then that makes it a bigger deal when he said, "I can't remember who Daredevil is," and that whole situation.
Oh yeah, I remember. It was driving him insane about about not knowing who Daredevil was. You know. So.
And it's funny. He's like, "Wait, I didn't I gun you? I hired someone to kill you. Didn't I gun you down?" And he's like, "I think what happened? You missed. And you remember what happened next?" He was like, "No, I came to your house. I came to the jail and I beat your ass." Basically, what he says.
From what I remember, audience, Kingpin ordered a hitman to kill Peter, but it ended up shooting at May, I recall. And that's what, led to One More Day. It's been a while since I read that, so yeah.
Peter went to jail and beat Kingpin into his life and left him naked in jail. The criminals. And Kingpin says, "I remember that, but I can't remember your face."
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Kingpin Peter put the brakes on Kingpin. And he's like, "I know you made a deal with Daredevil, because if I remember correctly, this was Daredevil, the Devil Takes a Ride." So it was like they made a deal to leave each other alone.
Yeah.
Just as for what's best. Mm-hmm. You're leaving the country, you're starting a new life, you're not and not looking back. This was the same thing happened at the end of Born Again, by the way. This was that deal.
Okay.
That was the Born Again got it from.
Got it.
And he's like, "I'm happy to see you leave. For now, I know all your secrets. I read this book. I know everything you've done. I know everything you can do. I have leverage on you now. So if you come back, I'll just tell everybody what you did. And you just go to jail." And Bartman kept the book.
Mm-hmm.
So this book, for some reason, opened up the top and doing blackmail on a criminal, which is fucking weird.
Okay.
Go to the next picture.
Did you do? Explain why. Explain why Spider-Man's hitting somebody with a giant tuna.
Still the only panel that was worth talking about. Spider-Man gets in a fight with a guy whose name I could not find for the life of me.
Wait, so
And, but
so is
if
this
I'm not
the,
mistaken,
this
it's
the
Scorpion Key dude. He's like the
okay? Because I was about to say, like, wait, didn't Dan Slott promise that there was going to be a first appearance here or something like that?
the way they're talking, because Spider-Man goes out his way to be like, along with the fact that I'm a Libra, I thought it was the Scorpio dude. It
Yeah,
was from the Dan Slott's run who was doing all like the cancer and all others, like all those labels and stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really like that dude.
Mm-hmm.
And but he calls him. I think I'll call you Eel Electro, and I'm like, why? What's happening here?
Eel,
You're not even making big up to this point. Like what he's just making is rambling. And
Mm-hmm.
after you get the famous panel, him just hitting him with a tuna.
Okay.
Because they're in a fish market. There's no like real setup for it. He just grabs a giant fish from nowhere.
I swear, if that was fresh out of the freezer, then that's quite a unique club you have there. You know, so
This guy worked for the Magia crime family. I believe that's Hammerhead. If I
okay,
remember correct.
Magia or Magia? Magia. How do you
Magia.
pronounce it, audience? Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's hard, bro. Every show I think pronounces it differently.
Yep.
But yeah, that dude just gets packed up when we get his official name. And it might be the Scorpio. Scorpio dude. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
We see Spider-Man. We see little pictures of Spider-Man delivering pictures to someone who's not J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, okay.
It looked like he's giving it to Robert Robertson, but there's another guy in J. Jonah Jameson's seat.
Well, Robbie Robertson has his own news outlet, I recall. So it's
No,
only
but it's the
him.
Daily Bugle. It's the Daily Bugle, but it's a different white man in J. Jonah Jameson's seat.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Like think like Spider-Man 1, where Robert Robertson's standing by the desk. And you see J. Jonah Jameson ranting. It's just some random guy here. I can't find his name.
Gotcha.
They call him
Alright.
Dick. That's all we got.
Okay.
So
First
that might be
appearance,
first appearance of Dick.
There you go. That's the hype Dan Slott was promoting, audience. Yay, Deck.
But it's funny. I wanted to bring up these pictures because we get a picture of him fighting Whirlwind, the Ant-Man villain.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
All right.
I don't know. I just think Whirlwind's a little bit out of Pete's wheelhouse on the regular day.
You know, he isn't even an exclusive. He isn't even an exclusive Ant-Man villain. From what I recall, he's more of a Wasp villain, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but the brand is called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We get Peter going out with Aunt May to the beginning of the feast. A feast. This is the origin of Feast in Marvel.
Okay.
We already knew Feast was a thing. It's been a thing for since the game made Feast. But it's the first version of Feast. It's a small little corner store, basically.
Okay.
And it's a Feast project. Feast stand for Food, Emergency Aid, Shelter, and Training.
Do we get to see our favorite Spider Boy here, Van?
No, he's not around this time.
Oh, what
Good.
the heck? What the heck, Dan Slott? That's where he literally lives. Like,
Actually, he is in this book. But I didn't get it. I didn't want to mess with you.
Oh, okay, I knew it.
So we see Martin Lee, regular Martin Lee, and he set behind him is Billy Briggs playing on the computer.
Okay, I knew it.
Him and Peter are talking, and Peter finds Bailey very annoying, like very annoying. And he tells him, "I really dislike you."
Oh boy. Okay, so you're basically making Peter a stand-in for the reader.
No, other readers don't dislike him. They just anyone who read his book don't seem to dislike him. It just to me it's funny.
Yeah.
Martin Lee goes outside and he gets in the car and they have him like a mid panel him switching from Martin Lee to Mr. Negative, but it's cut half and half. He was like Two-Face. It was very funny.
Okay.
But as this is going on, go to the next picture. I gotta see what it is.
The Punisher vehicle, the Punisher van.
Yeah, so obviously we get back to the hideout. The Punisher was set up earlier. He was just listening in on police scanners, trying to track down the
Yep.
demon. And as Spider-Man goes in to stop Marlon Lee without anyone getting hurt, and he does like some web takedown from the game where he like webs him up to the ceiling and stuff like that. The Punisher just drives through the wall and starts murdering people.
Well,
And
I
even
wonder why.
what in the 18 levels of hell is this?
I wonder why they decided to put Punisher in the Spider-Man book, audience. I wonder why.
I think Dan. I think Dan Clark chose to do this.
Yep. Okay.
So,
Okay.
we already have the movie tie-in bullshit comic where it's him, Hulk, and Punisher.
Yep.
But I feel like he saw them do a brand new day. He said, "Wait, Marvel, I got an idea for a miniseries. Come on now, it's my series. They're making a movie off my thing. I can do this."
Okay. Okay.
But Punisher pops out, starts killing the killing the demons, and it's I don't like how they handle this.
What?
So Peter is just like, "Damn it, Frank, I had this," and they're just like, he's not joking around, but he's not taking the fact that Frank's murdering people seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man won't let regular people commit murder. Frank is murdering niggas on mass right now.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like you're expecting Dan Slott to treat Spider-Man justly, Austin. You know?
Whatever. If it was Doc Ock would kill, but these people be done already. Is all I'm saying.
Yep.
But like Spider-Man doesn't even try to stop Frank from killing people. He doesn't even try to do anything good for Frank. Frank starts getting overwhelmed because he's just a regular guy, and these are just negative charged people. And then Marlon Lee grabs Frank and negatively charges him, and we get Nega Frank.
Don't ever make that a thing, Austin.
Yeah, we get Nega Frank.
Don't put that label on Frank. Like that sounds so wrong, man.
All right,
And
Frank.
as a black man, I know what y'all listening. Frank has been a nigga, now he's been a nigga. Okay, it's two different. But he has been both, and we need to accept that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, there was one point in Frank's history where he got plastic surgery to make his skin look darker, but we don't want to go back to that. So
That's even darker. Okay? Look at that.
yeah, he's darker than dark, basically. So okay. Okay. Look, even his skull is now black. Audience, is that good? Is that a good sign?
All I'm saying is, if he says it, we might have a discussion. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right.
But I just read this because I was in the store and I didn't see anything else I really wanted. What I was ordering was going to be Dinosaurs Attack, but I realized I have no idea for Dinosaurs Attack to bring it up on this channel.
Yeah.
And the book is so old. I don't think anyone knows what the fuck Dinosaurs Attack is.
Should have brought it up anyway,
If it makes
man.
you feel any better, I am talking about a book of murderous Maid Cafe workers.
There you go. I mean, we gotta start promoting other books besides Marvel books, after all, you know. So
I wasn't able to get screenshots for it.
oh, okay.
You all remember the old movie called Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
The same person who made that, Mars Attack started as a card game. The same person who made that made a card game called Dinosaurs Attack. And Dinosaurs Attack is a guy who's doing time travel, inventing time travel so we can view time and see all of human history. But it'll accidentally start bringing dinosaurs to modern day. And the guy who made Mars Attack wanted to do Dinosaur Attack as a film, but Jurassic Park he just came out, and that scared off anybody from making a dinosaur movie. So he just did that.
Wow. There's your movie trivia, audience. There's your movie trivia. So, yeah. But anyway, if anything comes out of this book, audience, is we at least got an alternate skin for Punisher that they'll probably be putting in Marvel Rivals before you know it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's funny because like this whole like deal with the whole like original premise people thought Brandon Day was. Remember?
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
people don't sure that Marley was in it. And he's gonna turn Frank and turn Hulk, and that's how we get Savage Evil Hulk back.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There we go. All right. There you go, audience. I'm just trying to picture Marvel Rivals Punisher. You know how he wears face paint of the skull. Okay, now let's. How wrong would that look if that white face paint becomes black, audience? You
Yeah, bro.
know.
When American skull on your face like that, that's crazy. I didn't Moon Girl of Dodge ever came to the game.
Hmm.
Moon
That's
Girl's not even in the game. It's just Devil.
yeah.
Her voice in it, she does his voice lines for him.
Yeah, but it's not like her.
It's fine.
Uh,
Like, I'm not mad, but I get the guy explained it pretty well why they didn't do her immediately. They said
hmm.
that it she probably just gonna be her own character at some point.
Ah, okay, okay,
That
gotcha.
better be the case.
Hmm. There you go.
For not wanting a character whose whole thing is being a smart 10-year old to be aged up or be shot at as a 10-year old.
I'm just curious what the dialogue will
But
be
Penny
when.
is still a teenager. She's just aged up to 18.
Was 15, they just made her
My
18.
thing is, my thing about that is that whenever they make her, they're gonna make her like people are scared that they're gonna over sexualize her, and I'm just like, please don't.
They didn't do it to Penny, so I doubt it.
They kind
Yeah,
of did that.
we got lucky with Penny.
They
Like
did
I
it
said, the
to.
part of her whole thing is that she's a smart 10-year old. So aging her up, you do take away like a core thing that people know about her and care about her
Mhm.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah, we'll see
but
what.
we're not talking about Moon Girl right now.
You know,
Gotcha.
That's for
Well,
another conversation that I've been in
true. All
before.
right. All right. Now that we're done with this book, let's talk about something which one to talk about. So we'll move on to the
Zombies.
next.
You know, I don't know who these
So-
two guys are. They're not in the book.
Oh boy. Okay.
They're just kind of just there. Anyways, I'm talking about Bleeding Hearts number 4. I'm gonna try to get through
Hmm.
this book kind of quickly because I can do whatever I want. Anyways,
listen to Jake.
God, it's Jake. Anyways, it starts off with that lovely little girl rabbit, you know, with
Hmm.
Poke and her mom, and they're having a tea party. And
Yay.
she's trying to get Poke to like, say her name. But,
Hmm.
zombie, you get the idea. And obviously like her mom is like against this, because it's like why the fuck is she having a tea party with a fucking zombie?
Who you look at?
Right.
During the apocalypse.
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Right.
And Rabbit has been calling Poke like Flower Boy because obviously can't say like his own name.
Uh-huh. Got it.
And and so like obviously like the mom is like it's like don't get too close because you never know,
Hmm.
you know.
All zombies are the same in my eyes, after all. Like, dang, dang.
Well, not exactly, but yeah, basically.
Mhm.
Basically points a gun at his head and Rabbit's like, "No, mom, that's not nice. That's rude. That's
Mhm.
rude. And you got to
You
apologize.
you want me to flip
But
to the next picture?
no,
Dang. Okay.
no. Sorry, I got kind of sleepy earlier, so I'm just like trying to like keep myself awake. But it's fine. I'm fine. I'm good.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Anyways, so yeah, basically they're having like a fun little tea party. The mom is like, trying to like play into like, her daughter's like whole thing, because it's like she never had a friend,
Hmm.
you know. She's doing her
Yeah.
best to grow up in a zombie apocalypse, be a normal kid in the zombie apocalypse.
She's just trying to make the best out of a bad situation, audience. It sounds like it,
That's
you know?
putting it lightly. There was
Hmm.
once, this like they're having like a little dance party. It's all fun and games,
Hmm.
and so basically goes in being like, oh yeah, like Rabbit's known for taking in strays, making friends where she shouldn't. Like nurse a cat back to health, scratch the shit out of her after it got
Ooh.
healed up. This
Right.
this old man that they took in literally stole everything that they had. Sounds like my bio dad. Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually don't know what my blood type is because of that. Besides the point. They befriended a brown
Mm-hmm.
bear, which is like, really? Okay. Well, you know what? It's fine. Because this is the happiest rabbit has ever been in a hot minute. And you can go to the next picture.
This lady sound really irresponsible.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying my best, okay?
Look,
This is the
look.
kid.
I'll say this: if your
More
kid's
time.
going, if your kid's going to play with a zombie, I better see a muzzle in that zombie's mouth, just as a
Well, this
precaution.
zombie's a little different. He's a little different, okay? His heart started beating, man. You gotta give him a break.
Okay. So, just want to
Yeah.
be careful, cautious of the kid. So,
Yeah, look, they're having fun. They're having a great time.
Mm-hmm. I can
You
see
know?
that. Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like a genuine laugh. They're having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the mom is still very cautious of him, which, you know what? Valid, honestly. I would still be very, like, cautious, Anyway, so Poke leaves, after that tea party, and is, like, questioning everything, not really remembering. Like, he has to remember who he really is, watching a guy eat a tire. It's not as funny anymore, but, yeah. It's like walking around town, seeing some other zombies, talking to these other three, about like a holiday that they have, you know, being like, we have proud undead, like we gotta celebrate our proud undead history but all anyone cares about is killing and eating live ones. And this other guy's like, isn't that such a bad thing? Like, I say the ritual hunting and killing and eating is very symbolic. And they're like, what about you, Poke? Like, do you think the outbreak has become too comfortable or whatever? And Poke's like, I'm not really into politics. It's fine.
Yeah.
And so Poke leaves as they're like, oh, like tomorrow's the big day, it's like that's the big holiday. And so Poke finds Mush. Well, more likely, Mush finds him and is like, where the fuck have you been? And Poke is like making excuses, And he's like, no, like the last couple weeks, I can barely fucking find you. Like, did something fucking happen? And so Poke is like, I don't know. I'm just prepared for the outbreak, looking through the woods. There's always live ones hiding there. And obviously, like, Mush is, like, there with his hat, with the mushrooms on his shoulders, talking to him, And so they decide, okay, yeah, let's go looking in the forest together, even though Poke doesn't really want that. You can go to the next picture.
Did you do next picture?
Yeah. Keep in mind, I got these pictures while I was at work, like, not hiding in the bathroom, like, literally up front. So I don't remember, like, half these pictures I got, so it's fine.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so yeah, they're looking around and everything and all the other stuff, and they couldn't find any.
Right.
They couldn't find any live ones. It's fine, And so Mush is like, I've been trying to tell you, man, you should grow a little patch, like a little patch yourself, of like the little mushrooms, and all that other stuff. And he's like, maybe I'll think about it. The answer to that is no, obviously. And so like the mushrooms are like speaking in his ear about what's like, well, like, whatever they talk about. And Mush is like, okay, like, what the fuck has been going on with you, man? It's like, you've been acting so weird, disappearing for long periods of time, never want to hunt or hang. Like, what's up? Like, what's up, bro? Like, you can tell me. And so Poke is, like, acting pretty defensive, It's like, hey, we're best friends. Best friends, nothing happened. We're good. I've just been around. It's fine. I'll see you later. Yeah. Can you go to the next pic?
Yep.
I'm just saying, this could be a really good phone lock screen. So if anyone has done that, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is a good wallpaper, definitely. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it'll look cool. It looks cool. Isn't that right, Austin?
He's on mute.
Of course he is. That silence is an
answer. Who can only do one thing nowadays, an audience, after all?
At least he's here, unlike Jake.
I keep calling, so I was going mute to not have me in the call.
Oh,
that's valid. But it is a cool wallpaper, though.
Yep. Yeah, it's dope.
Anyways, so going back to it. So Poke is like walking around the town, like the city, and he's like, "Oh, I can never like see those live ones again." Like, yeah, it's like no, like who cares? No big deal. Like, good luck. Like, but he also kind of feels bad because he didn't get to say goodbye as much as a zombie could, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, although I mean, I could get them some food so they don't die of starvation, you know. Like, it would waste of perfectly good food, you know. It's like all this other stuff. He's like, he goes back to where they're staying, and he's going through this door. He didn't close the fucking door, by the way.
Mhm.
And so we see a very familiar looking hat, you know, drops off the food, and basically the mom, I forgot her name. I don't know if they ever reveal her name, but it's fine. Is like, what do you want? Why don't you just like leave? And so Rabbit is like, was that Flower Boy? Like, so the mom is like, yeah, just a second ago, like, don't you dare go after him. And she's like, but I want to see Flat. And so before then, we hear a thud. And the mom's obviously stressed out. She's like, oh my God, Rabbit, you know? Because, you know, mom got to protect her kids, you know? And so we see Mush, you know, knocked out the kid, you know? And before, like, the mom is able to, like, beat the shit out of him, we get 2 ads. Great. And
Oh.
so can you go to the last picture?
Do. Explain this picture, Witch.
So Mush knocks out the both of them and is carrying them out. Well, is going to be carrying Rabbit pretty soon, but my point stands. It's going to be carrying him out to potentially be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it.
You don't like
Just when you hear like a zombie, well, I mean, we gotta get our daily dose of zombie content after all, with audience. So you know,
Look, Cryptid's freaking horror butterfly book. Like the next issue's coming out tomorrow, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, Nectar. You know, we'll see which one has more gore. Audience, a book about zombies or a book about butterflies.
You know,
We'll
this
see
book is
tomorrow.
actually surprisingly pretty tame with the gore, but I've
Mm-hmm.
talked about more gory books than this any day.
I know. It's just when you compare all the other previous zombie books, you know, like it can.
And with the
Okay.
demon priests, don't forget about the demon priests.
There you go. You know, they can't all be hits, audience. You know, and
Well,
with the
no,
gore
no, no.
factor.
This is a good book. I've been enjoying this
Oh,
book a lot. It's just sometimes you don't need to have excessive amounts of gore to
Yeah,
tell a
sorry.
zombie story.
Is zombie your favorite? Which
And there still is gore. I'm not denying that there is gore in this. It's just not as much.
Gotcha.
are zombies your favorite monster? Which
Zombies?
yeah,
No.
Mhm.
what's your favorite monster?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. I'll get back to you on that.
For some reason, I thought it was vampires for you, which.
I like
No.
vampires, but I'll get
Mhm.
back to you on that because I don't have like one full-on favorite.
Gotcha. But anyway, alright then. Any final thoughts on this witch before we move on?
If anything happens to this kid, I'm throwing hands.
There you go. There you go. But alright then, audience. With that, let's move on to the next book, and this is gonna be my book, Captain America issue number 11. Audience. As you could tell by my previous reviews, yeah, this whole arc has had its ups and it's had its downs. Luckily, this one kind of felt like it was a more evenly balanced one, you know. So, yeah, it immediately picks off from last issue because in case people need a recap, Captain America and Samuel L. Jackson, they found a young he has not earned the Fury name in my book, Austin. That is the way I see him. Like, you know, there's only one Nick Fury to me, audience. But anyway, so they find a young Victor Von Doom, audience, because apparently Doctor Doom had cloned himself and he wanted his clone.
That's like Jake.
I know the second coming, and he want in just the occasion that like Doom were to leave this world, he kept a piece of himself here, and he wanted his clone to kind of have like the human experience. So of course he was going to be raised by this old lady, and of course he was going to have him be raised in the house that his mother used to live in. So. Yeah, yeah. of course, Samuel L. Jackson, he wants to kill the young Doom. This is I can see what Chip is doing here. He's making the allegory of like, if you could kill baby Hitler, would you? You know? And this is the opportunity here, would you kill the young Victor Von Doom even though he has not done anything yet? So, yeah, of course, Captain America tries stopping Jackson, but of course, young Doom runs away, right? Unfortunately for them, you find that Red Hulk has been tracking down the location of both Samuel L. Jackson and Cap, and he
Bro,
finds the young.
I
Oh, what was that, Austin?
was telling this man to leave us alone.
Hey, Ross, he's a military man. He knows that his instincts know that Steve is onto something. So of course he would track him down. So anyway, of course, when the young Doom leaves, the face scanning technology that Ross has shows that wait, this looks like a young version of Victor Von Doom. He has been identified as young as Victor Von Doom. Oh boy. And this is where, of course, Steve tries to go and chase after the kid, and oh, good lord, an announcement, and he chases him into the city, and this is where, man, this is like a freaking war zone going on here, audience.
Bro, imagine Steve raising a young Victor Von Doom, bro.
Well, it won't be the first time he raises the child of a villain, Ian Rogers, if anybody cares, audience. So, hey, yeah, wouldn't that be something if Captain America tries raising Victor Von Doom? Huh. That'd be interesting. But yeah, by the way, you remember that rebel leader Wolf, the one who basically was trying to become the next Victor Von Doom?
Yeah.
You still see a shot of him in the background getting beaten up by and killed by the rest of the civilians in Latveria, audience. Yeah. Brown, you should not have chosen brown as your color, dude. Let's put it that way. But anyway, the part where I gotta say this feels like a freaking war zone, right? Is during the commotion you hear a major announcement as sirens are being blown, right? Saying, "Attention, citizens of Doomstat. Take shelter in your homes immediately. This is your only warning. We are attempting to avoid civilian casualties. Latveria is officially under America control now."
Oh
As
god.
you see from the sky, right? And I gotta say, this is a pretty powerful image, right? Let me bring this up. Uh, you don't see nukes, but you see something even worse than nukes, audience. You see all the squadron of Hulks that Ross has created, all landing in different parts of Latveria like they were freaking bombs. Like, of course, when wherever they land, it's going to be like
You
a seismic
know,
explosion. You're like,
can I
dang.
give
And you,
an opinion about this real quick?
Go ahead.
I am so grateful that we
Hmm.
don't have the Incredible Hulk in our universe because of shit like this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mhm. Well, the
Ross,
world wanted
you
the broken
fucking
long ago.
dumbass. That's all I have to say. Ross, you fucking dumbass. Anyways, continue.
But okay, so well, I could kind of see Ross's standpoint in this because like his major target right now, audience, is
Chris,
none other than young Doctor Doom.
yeah, kind
You
of do a murder child, which, look at this shit.
Hello, Doom. Remember me, the
No,
man you
This is like search for Spock bullshit,
yeah.
dude.
I'm the man you tortured for months.
Like
Like, oh,
this is Kid Doom, right? Does he have any
Yeah,
of
kid Doom.
like adult Doom's memories?
No, no.
Then why the fuck is he going after this kid?
Again, this is the young Hitler allegory, which
Chris, think about this.
I wouldn't compare to that, but this feels more like Search for Spock when the
Chris,
Klingons were going after him.
you gotta think about this, okay? Frank Castle, who became Cosmic Ghost Rider, did not even kill Kid Thanos.
well, he attempted to. I remember
Thought
that
about
issue.
it, to do it, but he did not do it. He raced him.
No, he went like in front of the baby crib of baby Thanos, and what did baby Thanos do? He stood up and fought against Cosmic Ghost Rider. I recall that issue,
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah. If you actually kept reading, he adopted him, carrying him around on his adventures.
Okay. Maybe we can have Red Hulk adopt Doctor Doom, audience. You know.
I wouldn't want that. No, thank you.
Okay.
I think we can have
That
anyone else.
yeah. But anyway, like you gotta kind of also understand Ross's situation in this because
I know,
audience,
I get
remember,
it. I
yeah.
understand why he's in this position right now, but at the same time, he has to be
Oh,
like, wait, this Doom doesn't have any memories of
You
the
know,
yeah.
that's
previous Doom that tortured me. So
sounds like Kid
Mhm.
Loki right now.
He kind of does actually. It's the
With the
green
green
audience.
shattered like hood thing. All he needs is a dumb hat. He's Kid Loki.
Mm-hmm. Yep, pretty much. Especially with that little poncho kind of thing he has right now too. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty much going war zone level over here in Latveria audience. Because remember, Latveria already pretty much uh committed a civil war with their own people, with the different candidates that are trying to win leadership over Latveria. Yeah, they basically all killed each other, and now the supporters are out there killing each other too, basically. So yeah. Okay, so this is where Captain America jumps in front of Ross, and for all y'all who wanted to see that fight between Red Hulk and Steve Rogers in the MCU, well, we kind of got it in the comics, and what happens? Red Hulk literally knocks Steve out. Like he punches his shield, and it's just so much impact that Steve gets flown out and goes right through a car and do an audience. His thigh gets pierced cleanly through a steel pipe. Look, you even see it in the bottom panel of that. Captain America got stabbed. Yikes.
Fine.
hmm So all this is going down as let me see what's the next picture I have. Okay, yeah. So Ross is still going after the kid. Steve can't reach him in time, but then thankfully that's when another Cap does receive some backup in the form of Sam Wilson, who comes in with like a swarm of crows to try at least distract Ross long enough. So yeah, Steve tells Sam about the kid. Yeah, that's actually young Victor Von Doom. We can't let him get killed by Ross. And even though Sam Wilson brought in an army of birds, like what are birds going to do against a Hulk audience? So uh,
Begging from they can ruin his day.
Red Hulk just thunderclaps all of them, and he continues his pursuit on the kid. And also keep in mind, audience, like Ross also brought his squadron of blue and white Hulks. So now they're out rammaging through Latveria for those weapons that Doom has hidden. So this is basically all chaos right now going on, right? So yeah, as as the Cap is trying to go make sense of everything, he does see a building about to fall on this one kid. So he jumps into that kid to protect him. And by protecting, I mean he puts the shield over the kid, protecting him. But Steve ends up getting the full impact of the collapsing building as we see Captain
Look,
America's lifeless body completely stabbed with metal rods. So yeah, audience, Marvel killed Steve twice
that's
this week.
not dead. He just got stabbed with rebar. That don't mean he's dead.
Well, at the end, he goes into the afterlife, Austin. But before we get to that,
Leave you.
yeah, okay. Before we get to that, audience, like we find that Doctor Doom sorry, not Doctor Doom. Ross does end up taking the backpack that young Victor Von Doom has, and yeah, he's basically seeing that this as a victory now. What's in that book bag? Who knows? Audience, we'll see as the
Why
issue ends.
should be another box?
Oh, an origin box, man, really? Because remember, audience, sorry, Red Hulk still has that music box from the Dungeons of Doom series. You know, the one that possesses the spirit of that mutant that possesses people by sound. So yeah, I'm sure that's going to come into play when we get to Armageddon Assembled. Audience is what I'm saying. But regardless, we cut towards the end. We see Steve waking up naked in hell as he's brought before Doctor Doom himself, and apparently, I think that's his mother too.
What
So
is
His
yeah,
why?
mom.
audience,
Oh wait, no, I know why she's in hell.
No,
Actually,
no,
I
no.
actually do know why she's in hell.
yeah.
I've
So
discussed this before. I
gotcha.
forgot.
So yeah, audience. Marvel not only decided to kill Steve twice this week, but they also decided to send Steve to hell. Like, wow,
Oh
wow.
Well,
well.
keep in mind, they also sent Puck to hell, and he became the ruler of hell. So who knows what could happen?
Which why is mom in hell?
Yeah, I have a question for you, Cryptid. Before we move
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
which death do you prefer? The one from the Ultimate Universe or the main universe?
Well, to be honest, I prefer to. Well, the
Which
one from
one?
the Ultimate Universe was a mercy killing basically because I no longer have to deal with Dennis Camp's BS with handling Cap. So I guess I
But
guess that was
like,
the only good thing he did.
besides that,
Uh huh.
just like reading it face value, which death shocked you more? Which one do you prefer
Uh,
more?
well, okay, I'll go for this book, Chip Zdarsky, because I feel like Chip's going to do something with this, make it make sense at least. But it is.
You want to compare them? This one, Steve died like a
No,
hero. The other one,
but Austin, I think you forget that in Avengers Academy they actually kind of explain why Victor's mom is in hell because of
Mhm.
Mephisto.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
The whole point of Doom and Doctor Strange's book was they freed her from hell. She should not be back in hell.
Yeah,
Who knows?
he
Maybe she
did
was like,
something.
"Let's go back."
Repeat offender, I guess, audience. I don't know. So, regardless, this is the situation we're at right now. So, Steve is naked before Doom and his mother, audience. So, yeah, yeah,
Oh, that must be
that's how the
awkward.
issue ends. Yeah. Apparently, when you get sent to hell, you don't bring your clothes with you, audience. Go
I
figure.
guess not, but
Or,
honestly,
or,
it's possible.
or,
Hmm.
or Victor just wanted to see who he was working with.
That's true. That is true.
Victor just wanted to see what the pinnacle of human body amounts to down there, audience. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, he did go through an experiment, so anything's possible. Put your mind to it.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, we'll see what this goes. Again, I think the highlight of this book was like seeing all those Hulks drop down from the skies like they were freaking rockets. Like they're even more, of course, they're deadlier than rockets. Like when they were rampaging around this city. But like this is a chaotic situation, audience. Like Real seems like he's just trying to bring order into Latveria at the moment because like they're literally killing each other at the moment, audience. So
Yeah, that's
we'll see
kind of
what.
what happens when you overthrow a government.
Hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, well, we'll see what how Chip handles this, audience. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, you guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No, let's talk about some murderous maids.
Gotcha. Well, before we do Murderous Maids, we have to
A
talk about like a female version of a male character, audience.
murderous maid.
Go ahead, Austin.
Okay, so we have She Spawn. And why did I pick this book? Because the name was stupid. Why did you do
It is
this?
kind of stupid. They couldn't have thought
Well,
of a different name.
I get Spawn like to make fun of the big two for their
Mhm.
stuff. But She Spawn is easily the worst she name of all time.
How many she names are out there, audience? She Hulk, she something like I don't know.
It's a good amount, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so just continue
She
on,
Venom.
Austin.
She Venom, that counts.
She-Ra. How can I forget that? Like,
Ooh, fuck that. That's bad.
okay, okay,
Okay. So this book starts with this book's weird, bro. So
okay.
it's talking about the Scorched. The Scorched are basically the military espionage people who died and then got grabbed up by hell to be a team. The best way to say it.
Okay, the police force of hell, I guess. So yeah, let's put it that way.
They just 4 people. It's not that deep. It's like hell had a Weapon X.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Funny enough, one of these dudes is a Spider-Man ripoff. Like it's symbiote Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like the symbol on his chest, it looks like the Knoll symbol.
All right.
I don't know if I sent a picture. Go to the first picture.
You want to flip to the next one? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim. He has a tiger, like a animal mask, but he has the Knoll thing on the chest, and he shoot webs and shit.
Okay. Okay. I see it. Yeah.
The guy behind him is a knight, and then the one above him, like the angel. Bro, they're just fighting through mindless people in hell, and she's like, "We're the good guys. Heaven help the righteous. Why? Because they need it." She talked about she's been killing enemies forever. Oh no, I like that. I was only attracted to this weird name, bro. But
Gotcha.
she's looking for a kid. She's in this area looking for a child.
Yeah.
A child, and then it did experimenting on, and you see a kid surrounded by a burning Pentagon.
Oh God.
Actually,
Okay.
the guy she's fighting with like Kilowog, like an ugly Kilowog. It was very funny to me.
Okay.
And apparently all these enemies are reanimates, so they just reanimated corpses and stuff, or reanimated demons.
Yeah.
But as she spawns, she's probably not going to be able to figure this out. So she cuts back to thinking about her as a human, where she used to be, like I said, she used to be military. She's searching around looking. She's basically like a female Punisher. Like,
Okay.
what was Lady Punisher? Yeah, I got her name, Lady Punisher.
Okay. All right.
She tracked this dude down to a gas station. This gangster, she starts fighting him. She beats his ass, put him in the ice cooler.
Oh. Okay.
And she popped their tires. It's just funny. Like, she popped their tires and just leaves. So I'm like, damn, you beat a dude's ass basically for no reason. Like, you ain't kill him. Or like Judas in the guy. She drives off to her house. Bro, she lives in a cabin in the woods, bro. This is the lady that, like, horror stories are made for.
Yeah.
And put it in credit. An old man walks into her house, and he looks like you haven't seen The Walking Dead, so damn.
Oh, I see Walking Dead. Yeah.
So you know Dale, he like Dale.
Oh, okay.
Like Dale with a farmer hat on.
Well, he is a redneck, so yeah.
So obviously she threatens him. Turns out he's some type of demon, and he's taunting her. Like, hey, you still got a job to do. Gives her a sniper rifle. She's supposed to assassinate some random guy. And hey, Crypto, I think this book's moved like light speed. I was like, what the fuck's happening? You start making code names and shit. You're like, I know these type of guys. They live by a code with kids. Spare the rod, spoil the child. But I have a code of my own. Spare the center, spoil the hell spawn. I don't know what the fuck are you talking about? What does this mean?
That sounds like something you think of in the first draft. Like that's something you put in the final product.
Killing kids. I'm like, these pedophiles? What's happening here? Are you implying you're pedophiles? You don't do a good job. Like, obviously, I don't want to see it. Like, you gotta be clear about who these guys are.
Yeah.
She shows up, goes full hell spawn, kills them for killing a kid. Like it's like a kid tied to a chair with a mask on. She saves the kid. The kid's not dead. And guess who the kid turned out to be?
Who?
Al Simmons.
Wait, you want me to flip to the last page?
Yeah. The kid they were beating up and messing with was the original Spawn.
What?
So now I'm like, so this is just you retconning and doing dumb shit. That's what this book is.
Wow.
This kid who has no idea about hell and all this stuff by the time his series starts. You're going to retcon it. He was saved by a Spawn, and he was destined to always be Spawn and shit like that because of this moment.
Wow.
He's fighting this shit.
What's wrong with simplicity and origins, audience? You know, what's wrong with that, audience? You
A lot
know.
to go with because this is a brand new character. Wasn't really doing anything beforehand,
Hmm.
and then this is the first thing you do. Retcon to the
Hmm.
past main guy. It's not a great choice, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, if anything, I think people were just going to pick this issue up just for the collector value of she spawned. So,
Jesus Christ, they couldn't have thought of a different fucking name, dude.
They could
Jeez.
have called anything, and it would have been better than she spawned.
okay, come up with a name, guys.
Alternative,
Hit us on Twitter.
Yeah,
you read
yeah.
it's okay existed before Spawn. She should be called She Spawn if she showed up first in the timeline.
She spawned.
Imagine if She-Hulk came first, and then Bruce Banner came before. They're like, why you she named
Oh,
herself She then? Why
oh.
and I just Hulk at that point?
It sounds like that was an oversight, audience. It really does. Like the creative team wasn't thinking about that when they
It
decided
also
to do this.
it also feels like they made her to replace the spot that Angela used to have.
Yeah. I mean, wait, is Angela still a Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just forgot what her status was really. You know, I
Her
haven't seen her
last
pop
book,
up much.
her last thing was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
she was in Guardians of the Galaxy and then she was in Thor, but right before Immortal Thor happened.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Hmm. It is what it is, audience. You picking up issue 2 after this, Austin?
I'll read it, but I don't know if I'll talk about it.
Okay.
I will see,
uh
bro. Some people this neck race speed
huh.
do the thing we're talking about, where it's like, oh well, he has to be definitely be all does it. I'm not reading about this book, bro.
So does Al name himself Spawn after she spawned? Then Austin?
Who
Wow.
knows? Mhm.
Will he have to go by he spawned then?
I got the link to your book.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next book before we think too much about this audience. So
Just hit us up on Twitter about it.
yeah.
Anyways, before I get into this, I need to preface that I have not been able to read issue 1 yet. I do plan on purchasing it on the website of the distributor, so from Keenspot. But I was able to pick up Maid Cafe issue 2, as you can obviously see in front of you.
There you go.
You could
You see that
probably guess.
chainsaw audience? Yeah, you see that chainsaw audience? That's what happens when you don't tip your waitresses. You know. So
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't tip your customer service people, or if you act like a creep, or if you act like an asshole.
There you go.
So be nice to your customer service workers, man. They're doing their best.
Exactly. You know.
I'm just saying, me being kind of bitchy towards you back is the least of your concerns after I finish talking about this book, okay?
Exactly.
Trust me.
Go
Anyways, like
ahead.
I said, I haven't read issue 1, so when I get the book, I can always go back and talk about issue 1 if you guys are interested. Anyways, so this is issue 2. So we start off at the cafe, which is called Magical Moe Moment. You know, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And so we see this guy pull up, and his name's Taishi. He's an undercover cop and a personal enforcer for the person who runs the thing, named Alex. Yeah. And so, some of the other maids like pull up and, they're talking to him, just saying hi's. One of them has a little crush on him. Ooh. But guess what?
Okay.
We find out that Alex is a little jelly, or he's giving this like scoured, this like, this gross ass face, It's weird. Anyways, so we cut to a different cafe, the Love Me Tender Cafe, because that's what it's called. Don't ask me why it's called that. I don't know why it's called that. I don't go to maid cafes.
Just saying, if you go into a business with that sort of title, I guess you have certain expectations. I guess So
I guess.
yeah.
So basically, this girl, right? I learned her name later, but it's fine. So she's like ready. She's like kind of sadistic. She's standing outside this guy's office. His name's Fuji, right? And can you go to the next picture? Oh, she's ready. She's ready to kill. By the way, I wasn't able to get the scans of this book, so I had to take pictures of it physically.
It's all good.
Sorry, Chad. I did my best. Anyways, So she's ready. She's ready to do something. What exactly? I'll show you later. Anyways, so she walks into the office. She doesn't find anyone. So we hear someone flush a toilet, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna hide real quick." So she hides in the coat closet. She sends a message to this guy. We find out her name is Mao. Just letting you know. And she's like, "Hey, Mr. Fuji, there's some police officer outside the building. You should take a look at the street."
Mhm.
And so obviously, like, he looks outside the window and he's like, "There's no one there." And guess what? We see Mao. And she's like, "Hey." And so, he's like, "Ah, shit." She's holding a chainsaw, by the way, as you can obviously tell from the picture.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Oh, Mao, stop playing like these scary little girl games. As I said, you're far too old for that." And she's like, "You don't take me seriously, my dude." And he's like, "Well, yeah, you're a girl, of course not." Ooh, the misogyny, I
Oh.
love it.
Ooh.
And he's like,
Wow.
"And you're not even a maid. I think they would not let you take your toy to nursing school." And she's like, "Look, I'm really sorry for how I acted. Like, I lost control of myself, but live performance is my passion. I guess I just got carried away. I hope you can accept my apology." And, she
Mhm.
looks kind of sincere for that. And he's like,
Mhm.
"It's a big world outside, Mal. So many 20-year-olds, no one notices." And she's like, "I promise it won't happen again. I'll work on being even more mature and mindful of my behavior. Like, I hope you accept my apology." And she starts revving up the chainsaw, like she's holding like the thing to start revving it up. And he's like, "You said that already." And she like gets this crazed look on her face. And she's like, "I don't think I'm making myself clear."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Stop putting on a show." She literally cuts off half of his head.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's a beautiful sight. See, this is
See,
what
audience.
happens when you're misogynistic, okay?
See, audience. We need our daily gore quota for these such reviews, audience.
I'll
So
send you
yeah.
the personal picture later, but like
Yeah.
besides the point. Yeah. She
Uh,
cuts off half his head
do you want me to
and
flip to the next page? I think that's the image you're talking about.
yeah, let me finish talking about this one page. And so she has this
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy
Okay.
look at this on her face, and she's like, "You don't like my show? Well, someone could do it better. It's easy to replace me. Go ahead, I'm waiting." She starts cutting up his body even more. Can you go to the next picture?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the picture I was talking about.
Mhm.
Told you.
Look at that,
You know what? He
audience.
deserved it.
Mhm.
And so basically she's chopping up this guy's body, and we hear a knock at the door, and this voice is like, "Hey, Mr. Fuji, like, are you in there? Hello?" And so Mao has this like crazy look on her face. And so now we're cutting back to the other cafe, the MMM one. Yeah. So basically we learned that it's run by this guy named Alex, like the maids there are beautiful and young. They're always able to draw a crowd based on looks alone. They're very submissive, allowing patrons to do what they want, which is like, no, don't harass people. Don't fucking
Mhm.
harass people, you gross ass men. This is why we can't live in a perfect world.
Yeah.
Partially the reason. Because men. Anyways. Yeah. The customers in this are fucking creeps.
Mhm.
But the girls are doing what they can, to like get money, get paid, get that paycheck. Some of them are a bit clumsy, but that's okay. That's fine. It happens.
Yeah.
And so basically, one of the maids was talking to that undercover cop guy. She
Uh-huh.
looks over at her boss and is like, "Oh, like, excuse me for a moment," like, and all this other stuff. And so basically, Alex is like, "Hey, can you like come with me for a bit?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And so basically, he's like, "Oh, I have a visitor for you. Can you go in there for a bit?" And she's like, "I don't know. Like, she's like hesitant. And Alex is like, "Yoshiko, like, you good?" And so she's like, "What exactly do you want me to do in there? Like, I'm still working and I need to head back to the cafe. And basically, Alex is like, it's not so smart to like him. Like, it's not so good for your focus." And she's like, "Then what the fuck? Like, what the hell?" And he's like, you know, it was the same like last time. Like, you can finish here today, like, Taishi knows, so it's fine. Basically using her crush on this guy as like a point of leverage for her job. Like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Like an asshole. Anyway, so she's like, hey, you said last time was the only time. And he's like, I'll pay you twice as much this time. And she's like, I'm a maid, a waitress. You know that. Not like a prostitute, you know? Like, she didn't sign up for this job to be prostituted, you know? So basically this guy grabs her arm, throws her in the fucking room, and she starts banging on the door because she's fucking terrified. And this fucking sleaze bag with a no face mask, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
is in this room because he's a sleaze bag who wants to fuck a maid. There are other ways to get this fixed, and it's not to go to a fucking Maid Cafe. Anyways, so going back to the other cafe, you know, basically this girl comes into the office of the guy who used to run it. Basically, we see Mao covered in blood, and basically closes the door. And Mao's like, "Hey, do you know where Mr. Fuji keeps any rope around here?" And so like Atsuki's like, "What? Why?" Steps on some blood and sees all the guts. It's
Mm-hmm.
great. It's lovely. I love it. And obviously, she's terrified. She's like, "Mao, what did you fucking do?" And she's like, "It's not so bad. It's not so bad at all." And so Mao is like, "Azuki, get the fucking rope." She gets the fucking rope, you know? And like, Mao's fucking crazy, but that's okay. That's okay, she's crazy. It's fine. Anyway, so we're coming
Mm-hmm.
back to MMM, you know. Some of the maids are performing and all that other stuff. All these men are doing their thing, you know. It's
Yeah.
fine. Kind of. Besides the fact that some of them are sleazeballs, but some of them, I don't know, they might be chill. They're chill. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
got back to Alex's office with that fucking sleazeball, you know, basically harassing this one girl for no good reason, and you know, like an asshole, man. And he's like trying to like touching her on her face, you know, touching her earrings and everything. And he's like, "Oh, didn't you buy those little earrings with the money?" And she's like, "That's none of your fucking concern what I spend my money on, you know? Because who cares? Why do you care? Fuck you, sleazebag." Anyway, so she's like, "I'm not here to fucking do this." And so this guy, being a sleazeball, is like, when a maid says no, they mean yes, right? Like, are you even a maid? Like a fucking sleazeball. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, real maids don't fucking do this, bitch.
I know,
And
right?
she's like, I meant no, so I mean no. So the sleazeball is like, how much do you get paid to be a maid? And she's like, enough. It is fine. And so he's like, oh, I'll pay you this much. Um, from add on to your hourly bonus of 1,500 yen. You know, it's like, she does not want your money. She wants you dead. Anyway, so she's like, you know, it's like, she's like, master, it is like not very much at all. Like, real whores in America make more money. It's like, damn. I mean, probably. I don't fucking know. I'm not in this industry. And so he gets
Mm-hmm.
pissed and like throws the money at her face. And so basically he's like, pick it up, like pick it up. And like she looks kind of scared when she starts pulling it up, like, you know, pick up the money, but she ends up grabbing a knife and slashing him. Next
How much
picture.
she
Dang. Austin, you're saying something?
get
We'll go to
paid?
the next picture first.
Mm-hmm.
How much did she get paid?
Hourly 1,500 yen.
Apparently, if you're at a legal brothel, the least you can get paid is $500.
Whoa.
Dang. Well, this is
Look at that.
Japan rules, not, I don't know about America. Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
America, but this is in Japan, I'm assuming. Can you go to the next picture?
Yes.
You know, I was kind of expecting her to stab his dick, but you know what? You can only do so much. You can only ask for so much. Maybe the next issue, honestly.
Yep.
So yeah. I was like, I wasn't expecting it, but you know what? We're vibing. I didn't talk about the preview for issue 3 because I wanted to save it for when I actually read issue 3, like fully. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But it was cute. I liked it. You know what? Fuck it. But let's have some murderous maid killing creeps.
There you
Murderous
go.
maid.
Let's
Killing
hope.
creeps. You know what? They deserve it. If they're gonna be having to deal with creepy men all the
Hmm.
time, yeah, I would allow.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
slight
fuck it.
recommendation on. Just slight recommendation on maybe you should change the title of the store. Just saying, So yeah.
Well, keep in mind, not all of them are murderous, to my knowledge. I haven't read the first
Okay.
issue, so I can't tell you. Currently, at this moment, I only know about 2 girls.
Hmm. Oh,
So,
I know. I was just talking about the title, the name on front of the store. So yeah.
well, keep in mind, it's a maid cafe.
Oh, okay.
They're
Scripted.
maid cafes.
I thought you. Wait, wasn't there a story you mentioned before that was alluding to something else? Something more deeper? I must be misremembering that. But anyway, okay. Sounds like a good issue. So,
Yeah, when I get issue 1, I will talk about it, but I don't have issue 1, so I'll get around to it later.
They just put this
yeah.
perverted mind making up shows and stuff.
Huh?
You hear what he said? He I don't know. I'm just saying, credit wilding is all I'm saying. I heard you say credit.
Gotcha. I must have been misremembering. So, anyway, all right, guys. Any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No, it was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Honestly, this is what the art style of the mangaverse should have been for most of
There
them.
you go. There you go. All right, then, audience. With that, let's move on to the last book of the night. And here we are talking about Punisher, The Punisher, issue number 3, written by Benjamin Percy. So, yeah, audience, it's still keeping up the momentum of like what Benjamin Percy has been doing here. I mean, you see, Frankie's still trying to. He feels like something's wrong with his head, audience. And he's trying to get that fixed. Like, of course, he threatened the doctor in the previous issue to do a full brain scan to find what's wrong, and the doctor's like, I can't find anything medically wrong with your brain, but here, take these pills and let me just walk away, please, please, let me just walk, which is what happens. So you see, Frank is wheeling microchip out of the hospital, and during this, you see that this little boy who's in a stretcher out in the hallway, saying that the doctors had to move him out of the room because there was like a influx of so many people coming into the ER right now because there was apparently a shootout from this one insane guy, right? So yeah, who was looking to finish the job. So he comes into the hospital with a gun, looking to kill off all those people, not just them, but also the staff that worked at the hospital, right? And unfortunately, because of this, the kid himself ends up dying because, yeah, they didn't have room to put him on life support. Apparently, there was other people that, yeah, yeah. Bottom line is, Punisher it takes just one bullet just to kill this mother beeper. So he kills the gunman, and he walks out of the hospital. Dude, he's like ingesting some of those pills again. Let me see what exactly is the name of that pill. I know they mentioned it before. Oh yeah, lithium. Ooh. Anybody familiar with lithium?
No.
I
Gotcha.
know of the element, and I know of the radio station that plays in my city called Lithium that plays alt rock, like mostly just jazz
Okay.
rock.
Okay.
Just feels like everyone else.
Yeah, gotcha. But I don't think. Wait, I think Punisher's a type that would never even take painkillers because he feels like it would dull his senses a bit. This is what I think anyway. Anyway, so we see Punisher walking around the streets of New York in his trench coat, and of course, everywhere he walks, it just so happens to be like an atrocity happening that he takes care of personally. I mean, you see this one prostitute getting physically abused by, I guess that's her pimp or a customer, who, regardless, the guy slaps her in the face and pins her to the car, and what does Frank do? He grabs the guy's face and smushes it through the window of that car. So they're like, dang. And then he goes on about like he sees more thugs that he's beating up. He sees this one guy who's trying to rob a hot dog stand. And, of course, Punisher twists his neck. And the guy working at the hot dog stand is like, you want a free hot dog? Here, free hot dog. So Punisher gets
What the dog stand now?
Austin. He not Punisher not only accepts the hot dog, but he puts those pills over the hot dog like they were freaking toppings, man. Like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So anyway, he goes to take a moment to gather his thoughts as he goes back to the park where his wife and children died. But in the meantime, we go back to Jigsaw, right? He had scheduled a meeting with a bunch of crime family leaders that were previously working for Tombstone audience, right? So yeah, he set this whole sting up, pretended to be a waiter, and when he realizes everybody's in the table, he takes his mask off and shoots all the crime bosses. Yeah, to stick it up to Tombstone. He not only shoots them, but he also peels their faces off. Audience, they're like, "Why? Are you just pulling a Joker from New 52 here, man?" Like,
Right? Like, goddamn. Come on now.
oh boy, oh boy. Well, we'll see where this goes.
To make a Punisher a
So,
Punisher. Like, what's going on here?
okay, so I guess Jigsaw's just going full Joker on us, audience. Going full creepypasta on us. So, okay. Anyway, we cut back to the hideout, and this is where we get a revelation, right, from Microchip. Now, keep this in mind, audience. Microchip was forced under Kingpin to be controlling Punisher for Lord knows how long, right? And there is a secret that Microchip was hiding from Frank that now he feels comfortable telling Frank, just as long as Microchip is locked in a bunker as Punisher is hearing this. Right? You see, Microchip goes under his monologue, like saying, "It's okay. Look, I was never planning on telling you about this, but then what happened to that kid in the hospital? I can't stop thinking about that damn kid. Um, you know what I learned about that guy? The guy who shot up those people and stormed the ER? He's been in and out of prison 5 times in 7 years. They keep letting him out because they don't have room. Those
Bullshit.
were his neighbors he shot up.
Bullshit. I look.
Oh,
When they went, look, they do this a lot. When the
yeah,
prisons are full, the people they let out are people just doing drugs and stuff, right? They don't let out
yeah.
people murdering people. Okay, I'm gonna see that.
I guess he got a damn good lawyer to say, I don't know, maybe self-defense claim or something like that. The guy must have had a damn good lawyer, Austin. That's the only way I could explain it.
Yeah, Daredevil. That's the only person getting them off with those type of charges.
Hmm. Yeah, true. But no, who knows? Maybe there's an evil lawyer out there who's just in it for the money. But anyway, Microchip is just shouting like he shot them up because they had their TV out too loud. Do. But then Microchip reveals that yes, during Kingpin's torture of him, Microchip did rewire a bit of Punisher's brain so that his stems essentially short circuit when exposed to violence. Okay, so that's why Punisher has lately been feeling uh, this jolt of pain in his brain every time he's killing somebody. So like, oh dang! Like, Microchip tries saying like, look, I thought I was doing the world a favor by taking Punisher out of the game, but then after that hospital incident, he Microchip realizes some people don't deserve to live. It's an ugly truth, but it's a truth. That kid in the hole, maybe he'd still be alive if the guy with the semi-auto had met you instead of the legal system. You're a wildfire, Frank. Nobody likes a wildfire, but sometimes that's necessary. they cleaned the forest out,
And,
right?
and what if that kid was the next Hitler, huh? What about that, huh?
He that kid looked like he was a cancer patient, Austin. You
What,
know,
what
so
if that kid was the next Trump, okay?
oh boy, oh
What's the
boy.
difference? What's the difference at
The,
this point?
the kid wasn't an IV test tube and all that stuff. He was okay, okay.
Young, that means he has all the potential to be great, but I mean, he also has all the potential to be evil, okay?
Well, we'll never know now. We'll never know. Not everybody's gonna be like that. What that other vampire guy from that Morbius movie? Like, you
That's the problem, Cryptid. We'll never know, and knowing was half the battle.
know. Gotcha. But anyway, this is where Microchip gives Punisher instructions. Right? He's telling Punisher, "Okay, look at the gun rack beside you. You see that shotgun? There's something inside it. I want you to see, Frank. It
I shot.
it there's a shell that's a deprogrammer. Look, you got no reason to trust me at this point, but I'm giving you a choice. Find a new path or go back to the dead place. This is the only trigger you ever needed, Frank. It was never about Maria and the kids. The killing has always been inside you." So apparently, Microchip created a bullet that might free this rewiring of Punisher's mind right now, audience.
I don't like how they're still going back to the thing where, oh, he was always going to be Punisher. Like the mom, the family thing was just a trigger, but he was already killing people. Remember, people hated
Yeah,
that when Jason Bourne did it.
it might. To be fair, Austin, it might be editorial mandate to continue on with that route. So yeah, pretty much. In order to fix his brain, audience, Punisher has to shoot himself. Okay. I thought it was hardcore when we had Punisher go through brain surgery without taking any anesthesia, but okay. Punisher has no reason to trust Microchip at the moment, but I guess Punisher's like, okay, let's go for it. As he does shoot himself, and you see like this might be just in his mind. All these wires start tripping out. I don't know what that's about, but we'll find out in the next issue, audience. So yeah, yeah. We got our daily dose of gore, audience. There you go. You know, so uh, Punisher attempted to unalive himself, but in a hardcore badass sort of way. You know, so yeah, yeah. All right, guys. You have any final thoughts? What was that, Allison?
No.
Don't you love that from your Punisher?
Well, no, this isn't about like ending his life. This is about freeing his mind, Austin. You know, so he, the world still needs punishment, audience. That's the moral of Punisher's path. That's the way. That's the way of the Punisher, audience. You know, so all right, but yeah, that's it, audience. We reached the end of the book.
Cool.
What did we learn today, guys? What did we
Don't
learn?
be misogynistic towards maids or any like people who work in restaurants.
Yep.
You will get chopped up into tiny little pieces.
Key. And that's the lesson we'll leave off for today, audience.
I mean, I think that's just good advice. So
there you go. There you go.
you never
anyway,
know.
audience. Exactly. Anyway, audience, thanks for joining us for our reviews, and we'll be seeing you all next time.
Bye.
See ya.